Alrighty, I am here in the great outdoors. I'm in central deepest Otago in New Zealand on the South Island, and I was doing a keynote talk yesterday, and I have the morning and early afternoon free here to do a bit of exploring. So I'm here in a place called Bannockburn Sluicings, which from about 1862 I think was kind of the epicenter or part of that area, which is really big with gold mining at that time. And in this area they used a lot of the water that was around in the area to pan and try to find and refine alluvial gold as part of the gold rush that happened here at this time. And you can see here behind me, and you'll see as we walk along, it's a pretty stark landscape. Now here it's spring. Hopefully you'll see some of these lilac alpine flowers here behind me, and we'll see a little bit more as we explore through the area with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. A little bit of a vlog to kick us off with this new camera, but I'll also put a little bit of drone footage with the DJI Neo in there as well. So stay tuned, let's go for a walk. Okay, so I'm shooting in 4K 60 mode, and the nice thing about that is that when you've got harsh lighting like this right now, it really helps just to correct that a little bit and just get a little bit more brightness in the places where you need, and just taking it down a little bit of a notch. So you've got more dynamic range which you can play with, and you could just use it straight out of camera, or you can play with that later on in post-processing. Now you can see over here, you can see some of the kind of landscape that we're going to be going into with all the erosion from the mining activity and all the water activity since then as well. So this is going to be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to flying this around when we get there. So yeah, we're just approaching the area now where I think we're going to start seeing some interesting formations of the rocks. There's not many people around, but there are a couple of, I think there's one group just coming up behind me, so I don't want to disturb them too much with the drones. I'm just keeping an eye out for them as well. Here you can see some of those rock formations here around me, just in front of me and to the side of me. But yeah, I'll show you a few of those when I get to a good vantage point. Yeah, you can really start to see some of this now. Some of this, these rocks. It kind of doesn't really look like New Zealand. Not the New Zealand that you kind of see in all the photos. This feels much more kind of Midwest America. I know it's kind of a man-made landscape, but it does feel more like places like Zion National Park, where I've been to in the States. Feels a lot more like that, although this is essentially a ruin of man-made activity. What's this little cave thingy here? Yeah, no, I didn't bother getting in, but I did get a bit closer and took a look inside. Do you want to come see? There's not that much to see, but the Ace Pro 2 does a pretty good job of lighting that up, that little tunnel. Now check this out over here. That house on top of that rocky outcrop there, and the rest of it's been eroded, and there's some more there on those cliffs. Not somewhere I probably want to live, but you know, each to their own. I can hear water falling somewhere as well. Well, that was fun. I'm kind of getting used to flying the drone with the RC M3 controller now, but you know, one of the things I'd forgotten about that I remembered was flying it in cinematic mode means that the movements are just a little bit smoother, less jerky, suitable for you know, amateurs like me who are still getting used to flying drones, or at least flying drones again for me. But I was never really that used to them, to be honest. I've only ever really had a DJI Mini in my life before. Still there actually, I should probably sell it or do something with it. So yeah, this is probably the high point of the walk now. Probably about a metre or two slightly ahead of me on this track. I've got the wind guard on the Ace Pro 2. Hopefully it's doing a good job of eliminating this slight breeze. The snow was a bit, there was a bit more snow yesterday when I first arrived. Was it yesterday? No, the day before when I first arrived. And it's been melting gradually over the last couple of days. But it's chilly in the air this morning, but it's certainly got a little bit warmer. But you've got to be careful when in these alpine regions in New Zealand. Weather can change on a dime, so you have to be prepared for everything. You maybe I'd see down here behind me now, we've got a series of switchbacks to get back down into this kind of like, I guess this old mining floor basin here. So yeah, we've just got to get down back onto one of these tracks here. Let's get down.